Alrighty, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is NutRaisin, and we have a very special treat for you today, and a very special treat for me, matter of fact. We'll do a PLO study stream, and with me co-hosting today is the mind and creator behind Visions, which now is part of, or is collaborating with Run It Once training. Rulers Poker himself, live here on the channel. Hi, Rulers.
Hey, what's up, NutRaisin?
Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's good to hear. Thank you very much again for helping me setting everything up. Rulers Poker has been a huge help.
Sure, it's a pleasure. I mean, I like to have some more quiz streams, so yeah, of course I want to help.
Me too, I dig them. They do me good too. I've been doing very well since I started studying a little more.
Nice.
Who would have thought studying helps?
Yeah, it does.
Kippery in the channel as well. Welcome, Kippery. All right, so I got the... You have the stream open? Oh, I should probably screen share with you. I don't know. What would you prefer?
I have also the stream open, so yeah, we can try it like this, and otherwise you can share.
All right, let me know. Off the bar, also in the chat. And now the only thing remains to let the cat back out. Hang on. There's always something, isn't there? Okay. Here we go then. So we are looking at the Vision software, which you can see in the address bar you can now access via Run It Once. And yeah, I guess I'll give the mic over to you, Rulers, for a while here. Give us a tour if you want.
Oh, all right. So yeah, this is Run It Once Vision, and you can see that we have the 6max version here. So we can switch between 6max and Heads Up, and NutRaisin, I think, has both products, as I see the switch between the two things.
Where is it?
Top left. Right to configure, next to configure.
I could even switch here, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect, got it.
All right, but yeah, I would say let's start a little bit with 6max. So yeah, here you can see the Heads Up, and yeah, you can set up spots in order to review some hands you played. And what we are going to do today is doing some quizzes, which is done in the practice mode. So is there any spot you want to start with, NutRaisin?
Maybe something post-flop. Let's have us in a single raise pot out of position. Those are never that much fun.
All right. So single raise pot, you said?
Single raise pot, yeah.
All right. So you can. Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Let's see. Maybe.
I mean, we can start very hard with going for blind versus blind.
Let's do that. Start with blind. Yeah, perfect. That's a huge leak in my game, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, for a quick setup, I would suggest to go to Learn and then select the spot you want, and then we can go from there to practice. This is usually a little bit faster. Otherwise, we can also set it up in the practice mode. So yeah.
All right.
So yeah, let's start with 100 BB. So
100 BB, yes.
Just select the stack size, and yeah, we can just open up a unpaired board.
Right. Okay. I'll share my screen with you just in case that's easier. It's up to you if you want to use that.
For the setup, I think it's faster now.
Yeah.
So you just select an unpaired board.
Okay.
Like any of them, doesn't matter.
So I could click here and go. Let's see, blind versus blind. Well, let's take the king 9-5. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. And now you can see on the top right that you have this B button where you can switch to the blind versus blind situation.
Oh, right here. Yeah, I see.
Exactly. And now you can go to the rightmost button, and then we are in the practice mode.
Oh, that's a nice way to set this up quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So
very neat.
Do that, and now you can see on the left side everything is set up according to the blind versus blind spot. And now we already have the first hand. If you scroll down on the left, you can also set the difficulty. I think for the quizzes, it's mostly fun to select the hard difficulty so that we can see who is really studying hard. So you can go hard or insane. I think both is.
Let's go with hard. I'm not nutty enough for insane yet.
Okay, I mean we can start with this. We could also start by taking a look at the overview, just to get a general understanding of the spots that we are going to practice here.
Okay.
So on the top right side, you have the overview. And yeah, here you have the overview over all the unpaired boards in the blind versus blind. And these are sorted by the most aggression to the least aggression. So you can see the ace high board's very good for us here as the small blind.
Oh, that would be yeah, of course. It's 3 cards, so that would be the different boards we are going to be facing.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, so here we can also see what are good boards to practice. I mean, Ace King 9 doesn't seem to be the most efficient spot to practice, because we already see that it's pretty much always just a c-bet.
I see, yeah.
But yeah, those spots can get very interesting on the turn, because if we bet our entire range on the flop, then we have 100% range on the turn, which can get tricky against a range that already showed some strength by calling. But yeah, if you want to study flops for now, we can start with the mixed one. So yeah, you already have it here, all the mixed boards.
Yeah, I already scrolled down a little. Yeah, so these seem to be pretty 50-50. Maybe the Jack 8 deuce. Yeah, maybe the Jack 8 deuce.
I think also the board we have here is pretty mixed. So I think we can start with this one.
True.
And yeah, I mean, we can start right now.
Okay, so I just want to point out that Rulers Poker is very nice and helped me set up the same magic, allowing an fully interactive stream. So there will be a bot that counts your votes, and it'll be off the hook. Okay, so the options would be, just for me, for setting up the votes, it would be check or bet. So I select check or bet, and now I click start. Right?
Yes. So now we should.
There we go.
So now you can vote here by typing !check or !bet, or just !C or !B.
Perfect. I was going to ask that. I'm all for shortcuts.
Oh, and Shadow Maniac is already here. So Shadow Maniac is pretty much the best Visions quizzer out there in the history of Visions quizzes.
He's smashing it on your channel, isn't he?
Yeah. So we have very tough competition already. So let's see.
So we'll just do what the Shadow Maniac does.
That's mostly a good decision. We still want to beat him, so yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah. So let's check this out. So we are the small blind. We are always the one that is circled red here, I would assume.
So you forgot to vote, right?
Right, I did. Yeah, I did. Let's see. I wasn't ready. I guess I would bet. Yeah, we have a heart. We have a wrap. That seems cool.
Yeah.
And let's do that. Bet is the correct answer indeed.
Nice.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, you could give yourself a point now because you just missed it.
Nah, that's fine. I'll catch up. So this down here is always representation of our entire range in this spot, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you should switch on the right side to the situation tab. So scroll up again and go to the situation, because then we always see all the different King Jack 10-7 combos.
So if you don't mind, explain to us what this means, how we can work with this here on the right side.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see on the right now, the topmost entry is the hands that we had here. So we had one heart, and the rest of the 3 cards are irrelevant. So they are shown as gray. So we can see here, if we show on all the possible flush draws and backdoor flush draw combinations that we have, that only one of them is checking. So King Jack 10-7 without a heart, without a backdoor flush draw would be checking. So that's why it's on the top.
Oh, that would be that one. Okay.
And you can also click on it, and then you can see some subcategories. So you can see that there are categories that have spades. So that would be a backdoor blocker, which is sometimes relevant, especially if it's the nut backdoor flush blocker. And you can already see here, this one is betting a little bit more than if we wouldn't have it. But in general, it's still a check. So you can click on it again, and then you can see all the hands, which in this case, I don't think will be too many, because we have selected King Jack 10-7. There we can see all the different combinations. So yeah, as we can see here, it seems to be a difference if we have the higher, as I've said before, the ace of spades oftentimes makes the difference, as it seems the king of spades here as well. But yeah, that's very advanced, so it's mostly enough if you just take a look at the first layer, pretty much, or at the subcategories.
All right.
And from here on, in the middle panel, you can see our entire range. I would be betting 48% in this spot. So yeah, that's already a good one to start, I would say.
Where did you get that one with 48%? I see. Oh, betting. Yeah, sure. Got it.
Yeah,
see it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now we could, for example, click on the continue button, and then we would see, okay, what do we do after betting? Like if we get raised, what do we do? If we get called, what do we do on different turns? So yeah, we can do that.
That'll come in handy. Just I want to take one more minute to understand this here on the right hand side, if you don't mind. So the 3 red cards here means if we have 3 hearts, right?
Exactly.
This one down here, right below, 2 red, 2 black would mean we have a double suited hand, and we also have a backdoor
and you can also always, if you're unsure, just open the category and take a look at the hands and the cards that are in there.
All right. Yeah, I think this basically qualifies as a monster draw here, right? All of these.
That's pretty strong.
All right, so this would be 3 backdoors. White is always some backdoor, some cards that are not going to give us a flush, or not blocking a backdoor flush.
Yeah, pretty much blanks, irrelevant suits in this case.
Yeah. All right. I dig the continue thing, man. I have to tell you, that's right up my alley.
Let's see. So, do you want to continue against the raise or against the call? You can choose it if you press the continue button.
Okay, so let's put this to the vote as well. So the options would be fold, call, raise. So that would be fold, call, raise for the bot, right?
No. That's just now what our opponent does now.
Okay.
Do we want to go to the turn?
I see.
With our king check 10-7, or do we want to face a raise and think about what to do then?
All right, let's make it hard. Let's say he raises.
Okay. Then we click on raise.
And now we could put it back up to the chat, right? Because now it's our play.
Now we can start the voting again, and
so it would be fold, call, raise.
Yep.
There we go. This is neat. I like this.
So yeah, what to do?
Germanic. We can't fold. We have to wrap. We block the hearts a little.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much, but
I mean the pot is getting rather large, but yeah. By the way, is there something I was wondering, and it might be a stupid question, but is there a reason why we're starting
Don't forget to vote.
Right. Thank you.
Only have 40 seconds. All right.
Perfect. So we're starting with 100 big blinds, right?
Yeah.
And is there a reason why, I guess this is like PLO 200 zoom rake, or because why do we start with 200 chips and not with 100?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it's a PLO 500 zoom rake, the situations that they were run with. But you will see here the stack size in small blinds, just that we don't have too many commas, and yeah. So this is pretty much the standard Monka notation you will get. So I just went with this because people are used to it.
Makes sense. If it's in small blinds, then that really does make sense. I was like, that seems like a missed opportunity, but if it's small blinds, sure.
Totally understand.
Cool.
All right, so we have 6 calls, no raise. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I think we need a pair in order to stack off. So
right. So let's click that button here, see what it does for us, and that would be correct. And what hands are we raising? So if we click this, I think it copies the Pro Poker Tools ranges into the clipboard, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit more advanced than for people who use Monka Solver. I wouldn't touch too much on this, but on the right side we can see already that the King Jack 10-7 would only raise if we had 3 hearts. I assume that we have the most fold equity and the less chances to improve, like blocking our own outs.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why we should pot with this one. And now you could go to the search field and, for example, exchange the 7 with a 9 and see if then this would change a lot.
So up here, I changed the 7 versus a 9? Okay, cool.
Because here we have a pretty clear call with all the different suits.
And it does change from 70% raise to doubles it, which is huge.
Yeah, so yeah, we can now take a look if we want to what hands are raising, what hands or what suits are raising. So it seems like we need, for the most part, still a flush draw. So now we could exchange the 9 to a queen, and then I guess it would get even higher.
It actually lowers it a little bit.
It lowers it? Oh,
just a tiny bit. 35.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't matter too much, it seems.
Can we put suits up here? Can we say, like, we do have the King of Hearts? No.
Nope, that's not possible, but you can expand the categories and then take a look at the
we have
the
it
high
down.
card.
Yeah, we have it down here. Sure.
Exactly.
We can just expand there. All right. Well, this is neat.
But yeah, we can do that because we can see here where my hand at the right side there it says my hand, and if you click on it, we can see it's pretty mixed already, right? It's like 60-40.
Where's my hand? I don't see it.
Bottom right. Bottom right.
Oh, duh. Okay.
Yeah, and then maybe we can figure out what is this 40% betting.
So, okay. So what does the B stand for here?
Yeah, the B is the Broadway, so a card 10, between 10 and king. So yeah, we can click on this category now, for example, and then we might figure out which one of the Broadways is raising the most. And there we have it. So we see, yeah, it definitely seems relevant to have a higher heart here, and then we could raise.
All right. So in this hand here, what are the other two cards? Do we have a flush draw in this hand with the king queen?
Nope. We have, as you can see in the category above, we have just a spade, so a backdoor flush blocker.
Right. So we have one hard Broadway card and some card that's not a Broadway is a spade.
Yeah, and we can also take a look at our own category. If you scroll down or close this one, and by clicking on it again, then we could also take a look at our hand type that doesn't have a spade. Now if we click again on my hand and
wait here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yeah, we can continue if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, we can see here that the Queen of Hearts is definitely a key card here, because it's even more important than the King of Hearts. Because yeah, it's just making it less likely that he has top pair with a flush draw.
And now we can.
Oh yeah, that's of course very advanced. I just want to show you how you would deepen your learning pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. To at some point dive deeper into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could continue to spot even further, right?
Exactly. We could now continue and go to the turn.
Ooh, that is awesome. Another queen rolling off. Now
that looks very bad for us. So we could even
sucks.
So if you don't want the queen, we could now click on the queen.
Okay.
And change it up to something that we might think is more interesting. For example, an 8. I mean, I would be interested if we would lead on an 8 or on a king, if that's a thing in our strategy.
Let's go with maybe an 8 that's... go with a blank 8 for now.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. And now we can ask the chat again.
All right, so now the options are check bet. So I'm going to start the vote, and I'm going to think myself. Without the hard draw, I think I do like leading here, personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure, so kind of tricky.
Which is the positive bet? 75, okay. 35%, so we bet like 60 something, 55, whatever. Small blinds.
Yeah, I'm very torn between both options here. Because it should be a good card for our range. But then we don't block any of the pairs, so maybe we would face enough second barrels by him. And yeah, we have a close result in the chat.
We do, yeah. 3-2.
Let's check it out.
All right, so go with the betting. And that is correct.
Yeah, and we can see it's pretty mixed.
Yeah.
It's pretty much 50-50. So yeah, I would also take a look at the subcategories, at the hands. So yeah, this all seems pretty close. So you could now click on the B from our category.
Right. So we can already see that it's very mixed in general for our exact hand, right?
Not yet. We can just see that it doesn't really matter whether we have a spade or not.
Okay. So let's click on that B.
Exactly. And yeah, now we could take a look if there is anything that we can read out of this. And yeah, I'm not too convinced that this is too useful. I mean, maybe I'm just not good enough.
No, I don't.
I guess
I don't really see a discernible pattern either.
Yeah, but we can see that it's certainly close, and yeah.
Yeah, and now for this hand here that I'm hovering over, this now that means that's a mixed strategy here. So the solver in 36% of the cases would check.
Exactly.
All right, good to know.
Yeah. So, but you should always open the category where it says my hands. So you scroll down because now we have the category of the spade. And
we need to open that one again. Okay, I get it.
So it's again pretty close and not too much we can learn from it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the higher it doesn't really like the 10. The jack and the king. I would personally, I wouldn't try to memorize this. I would just go
exactly.
Don't bet the lowest heart here, and
exactly.
Bet the jack and the king. Cool.
Yeah, but I always like to take a look at the general strategy. So if you are going to or either close everything down here once again that we opened up, or just click at the top category. Yeah. So we can see pretty much the hands that will check and the hands that will bet. So it seems that the very strong hands we are more likely to check, whereas the weaker ones we are more likely to lead out.
Yeah, which is the pattern in a lot of spots.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
So yeah, if we have the backdoor spades, then yeah, he has more of the flush draws, I guess, and that's why we are leading out. Same as if we didn't have anything. And with the blocker, we can see it's pretty much very close on the border.
Yeah. Shadowmaniac pointing out sometimes it's not about low rank, it's about the straight cards. Fair enough.
Exactly.
And we
could
even continue further, right?
We could continue further, but I don't think that it's too interesting. Yeah. Because if we now get raised, then
then we get it in.
Then we just call it. So there is no real decision with the nuts here.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. we can continue. So in theory.
All right.
Okay, so now we could either create new hands, so we can only practice hands that let the turn and get raised. So this would always generate hands here to practice the lead versus the raise. Or we can go reload, so we go back to the beginning where we started, which was the c-betting.
So if we
can go to the new spot and generate a new board with the parameters we have.
Just to, because I was shortly distracted by something in the chat which I can't really understand from NutRaisin Rep. New hand means that we get a new hand for this spot that we're in now, including that 8?
No, it's a new spot with the parameters on the left. So we started with small blind versus big blind, so it will generate a new small blind versus big blind situation for us.
All right. And reload would
reload exactly the same board from where we started. So we can go again with Queen 9 deuce and c-betting.
I see. Okay. So what in the previous screen, what was the difference between a new spot and new hand?
Yeah, we can just check it. So I mean, either we are making this as a vote, or
let's do it really quickly, just so we get to these two.
So a new spot would just be a new board, and new hand would be same board with a new hand.
All right, cool. I get it. Very neat. Very neat. To also Wink, probably bad with the pronunciation there, asking how do you get the software? The software is, you can find it on runitonce.com, right?
Yeah, runitonce.com/vision.
Yeah, and that's and that's where you can you'll find the pricing plans there, and there's also links to videos explaining how it works, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah, there's an 11-part tutorial series.
Yeah, I started checking it out, but I don't need to. I got you right now.
Yeah, exactly. We are getting there.
And NutRaisin Rep, I'm gonna ignore that comment right now because I don't know what it means, and I'm rather busy. So, but good to have you back in the channel.
Okay, let's continue the voting here, I would say.
All right. With kings out of position. So what happened? Pre-flop we opened, this guy called. Apparently, yes. Single raised pot out of position. Did I start the vote? Yeah, I did. Shadowmaniac would bet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
not sure either.
I think there's not too many cards we can second barrel.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we can't really check calls, so I would get behind the bet fold as well.
The bet fold sounds cool. I mean, we have some turns we can bluff on, the jack, the 10, and we also have a heart. So I'm torn as well.
Yeah, it's true.
I think I'm gonna be NutRaisin. I'm gonna check. Ooh, just in time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we need a higher heart to get just an additional bit of full equity. So yeah, 4 checks with 1 bet.
So check. Oh, and I forgot
Ooh, nice.
I need to always select a reward in the quiz bot, right? So that everybody gets points.
Yeah, exactly. We forget that. So it's equal chances for everyone now.
Yeah, excuse me, everybody. So now I'll do it correctly, and now points will. All right. Would you look at that? We are the winners.
Nice.
Feels good. Just to point out, there's always 40 seconds to vote for everybody in the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
So yeah, Tusevink asked what's the difference between this and the bucket tool, and yeah. So with this, this you can, by the way, use on mobile. So you can use it on the phone from wherever you want. So it's very easily accessible, and yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it has a lot more features than the bucket tool. So as you already saw, we can now continue with this hand and see where it goes. Like, is it a check fold? Is it a check call? We can determine the villain action, so we could now check and make villain check as well, and take a look at the turn cards that we want to practice. And yeah, you have also 6,000 Monkeys over simulations inside this program. So this means you can open up the boards and browse through the solution and learn from there. You can also see on the right, you always have this category overview, which I think is very nice. You also have the overviews. You can open it up maybe very fast if you didn't see. So you can see how would we play on all the other boards, all the other unpaired boards. What are the boards that small blind likes to see but the most? What are the boards that are the worst for small blind? And yeah, on the left, you can also see we have a huge chunk of options. So we can only practice paired boards, mono boards, ace high boards, 50 BB, 100 BB, free bet pots, and so on. So we can configure the spot we want to learn and go here from street to street and show what we want to do.
Looks immensely powerful to me. Since I'm always one to check the options in every game I get, what does frequencies do?
Yeah, that's true. There's also a frequency trainer, so you can check the frequencies. And now we go to new spot. All right, and now we have okay, let's generate a new one, so you can bottom left generate, because we already know this board.
All right.
So now we have 7 for deuce, and we can practice the frequencies. So now we have to guess what to do. How much should we check? How much should we bet in this situation?
Like as a broad approach with our general range, with our entire the range we show up with here, and we move the slider, right? Like we assume we would check here 65%, which is probably, I guess we do check quite a bit on this board.
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst boards, so I would say even more, like 25 only betting. So yeah, I mean,
sounds good to me.
And then you can go to check solution, and yeah, we can see
not bad.
6% away. 19% would have been the correct answer. So yeah, this way you can practice the frequencies, because I think it's just very important that you start always with the frequencies and with the overview when you learn something. So that you get an understanding, and like this you can then test your knowledge about the frequencies, because if you know that the board is always checked or always bet, then you don't have to worry about anything like how many backdoor blockers do I have and so. You just know it's a check or a bet with your full range, and then you don't have to worry about the rest.
Okay.
Is there a free trial to test it out? Yeah. You can go to the Discord, to the official Vision Discord, and we will be very happily giving you a trial.
Can you post a link to your Discord maybe in the chat?
I will.
Or send it to me on Discord. I don't know if I can. If you can post links right now, I would have to edit some settings, so I'll just paste it in there myself. Okay, so get on the Vision's Discord, and there you'll be able to get a free trial, right?
Exactly.
Right on.
Okay, so now we could go ahead and create new hands, or we can, for example, again, select a board where it might be more difficult, or we can go with the ace king 9 and practice some turns. So this would also be a nice option.
Okay, just because you said initially we want to check the ranges, which like the general approach, what we just did. So let's say we actually do want to train this board, and first thing we did was check the frequencies, and now we want to train this board. What do we do next? What do we click now?
Yeah, you can just go to new hand, and you will get hands now.
All right, I see. Cool, good to know.
Yeah.
And you said the ace king 9 would be fun to check out.
Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this because intuitively it's not that interesting, but yeah, let's do it. We can uncheck the frequencies because we know the frequencies.
Right. And then
given we know that it's always a bet, we can now go to the left and select the action to be bet call. So if you scroll down to the left, there is a whole bunch of actions.
Yeah,
and at the moment we have selected none, which means that just the out of position player is to act. So if you uncheck the none and go with bet and call instead.
Oh, so it should be on the flop. Yeah, I was checking I was checking on the turn. So I just take this out. Okay.
No, it was fine. It was fine.
Oh, so we get to the turn via.
Yeah, we go to the turn by bet calling, exactly. So we uncheck the none, because if we have the none checked, we get both.
So we uncheck this one here on flop?
Yep, exactly.
All right.
And now we go to generate, and now we... Oh, yeah, now we switch the board.
Yeah.
We should have selected the board. So yeah, we can go to the overview if you want. But I think this is still a fine board. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, here in the turn, we have a different overview. We have now all the possible turn cards. So an overview of how we would play on these turn cards with our range.
Oh, I see. That's neat.
So yeah, this is just a lot of stuff very quickly now.
Yeah, but it's a crash course.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Okay. I
Right.
mean, yeah, we can go with this board. I don't mind. A6-5.
Okay.
So yeah, now we get selected a random turn, and we can practice exclusively spots where we bet the flop and get called, and now we are on the turn.
All right. So, well, that's actually not an uninteresting one. Do we always want to bet here?
Let's go with this.
So the options for us would be check or bet, start the voting. And I would assume that 9 makes a difference in the ace of whatever that is, clubs. Would also plays a role, I would think. So yeah, both lowering the chances that we get raised, I'd say. So
that's true.
Gonna go with the bet, maybe. Not loving life if we get raised, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I join you with the bet, but I'm not too sure as well. Yeah, I think it's just too strong now with the straight blocker.
Yeah. So 2 hands beat us right now, or 2 combos, I guess. Everybody betting. Unanimous vote. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Incorrect. Ooh, everybody wrong.
Yep.
Twitch chat can be wrong.
Yeah, that's the proof. So we could now continue and see what to do against the bet. If you check call, if you check raise even. I mean, maybe that's the plan.
That would be funky. That would be something I wouldn't come up with in this spot.
So we use the 9 maybe to raise now because it lowers the chances that he has 7-9.
Yeah.
So we get more money in. So yeah, that's...
So he bets 75% here, right?
Yeah.
All right, and now our play. Let's put it to the chat. We could see, so it would be fold, call, raise as option, right? Fold, call, raise, yes. And you think we could raise it here? That's interesting.
I don't say that I would do it. I'm just assuming that it's a possibility. Yeah.
Right. You didn't. That's true. I'll call. Yeah, pretty much with that exact tone in my voice, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I call. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm so tempted to raise. Yeah. Shadow Manic says maybe with the 7. Yeah.
Which would be a superior blocker. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in heads up we would be less picky with our blockers. as we can be in 6 max. But yeah, let's see.
And we're checking. Will Twitch chat be right? Call is the correct answer.
Nice. So yeah, never raising here.
Points for that. All right. So if you want to go back to... Actually, we don't go back. We just want a new hand, right? Because we are still on the turn.
If we now go to new hand, then we have the spot we bet flop. He calls and we check the turn. If we go to reload, then we have the spot where we bet flop and he calls, and we are now on the turn to act.
I see. So new hand always takes into account all the action that we've done so far.
Exactly. So all the continues in between, and the reload is just removing all the continues we did and goes back to the beginning action.
All right. Let's do that then. Okay, this time, well, we get the same turn. Is that coincidence?
That's coincidence, yeah.
Okay. Pretty funky. And we have 2 pair. Kind of an interesting one, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we always check, right?
I
think the question is, can we check call or...
Yeah, that's
not?
That's probably the superior question. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not betting.
Yeah, I don't think we have a bet here. But yeah, it's still interesting. I mean, top and bottom pair against the bets. I'm pretty curious. Because we don't have any backup, like no gut shots.
Yeah. And we don't, you're right, we don't have backups, we don't have blockers. We also don't block the flush, which in what direction would you think not blocking the flush that now comes up would sway us? Does it make us more likely to call a bet, or does it make us more likely to fold to a bet?
That's interesting, yeah. I mean, in theory, yeah, this is a very complex topic because he should bet more often if he has a club. So the club blockers bet more often. So if we don't have clubs, then he has more club blockers.
So we should.
So yeah, it's very complicated, and
I think
maybe it doesn't matter because we have a defined mate hand.
Yeah. Point. So let's see. What were the options? Check. Okay, let's check. That is correct.
Yeah, and now we should continue.
Bets, and so now it's fold, call, pot, fold, call, raise.
So yeah, let's vote. So yeah, everyone in the chat can join us.
Yes.
The more votes, the more interesting it gets. And yeah,
you don't need to type it out. You just can type !F, just the first letter, !F, C or R.
Exactly.
Do I call here? I think I would take like 30 seconds to just hate life actively on stream.
Yeah, I think I'm mixing it up here, but I'm sure. And yeah, then we can also immediately see whether the club, the potential one, would change our decision.
Right, let's do that.
But yeah, let's first wait until the voting is stopped.
A lot of familiar names to the channel. Hi, everybody. Sorry, today I'm not as involved with the chat because Rulers Poker is taking time out of his busy schedule to do this with us. So I concentrate mainly on Rulers Poker.
That's kind. So yeah, folding, I think, is the...
Yeah, it's 50-50.
It's 50-50, but then Tonic came in with the too late fold. So let's go with the fold.
Right. And that is correct. Let's reward
so now we can see on the right side. And yeah, we see that the ace of clubs would make us call a little bit more. But
yeah,
in general, it doesn't make a huge difference here with our hand because top and bottom with just 2 overcards is not strong enough.
Yeah. And the ones that are calling all have 2 spades, which is a kind of interesting takeaway, although, not really.
Yeah, there's a caveat. So these rainbow boards are oftentimes very mixed, very randomly mixed. So I would not try to read out too much of this.
Yeah, I see.
Even though there might be, because maybe we're just not on that level yet.
No. That's this is stuff I always file under Solver Voodoo.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So I never open these categories usually. They scare me too much.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so we can see only with the flush draw we are calling, and
yeah, pretty. Let's go with that. Yeah, make it easy on us. If you have the flush draw, even with 3 of clubs, then we call.
Yeah.
All right. So now it is, let me think, it is reload, right? If you want to go back
and we get a new turn card.
Right, okay. If it's the 8 again, then I'm calling shenanigans. No, I'm calling shenanigans.
Wait. I mean, let's play it because...
All right. And this time we have aces with a 9. We have the ace of thingamajigs.
Have you already? Oh yeah, I've already started. Okay.
Yeah, I did. Probably. I don't see a difference to the previous aces hand we had.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we have the blocker. Did we have the blocker before?
Yeah, we had the exact same one, I believe. The 9 at least. I don't know if he had the ace of clubs. I believe he might not have had that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can also switch up the spot if we want. So maybe let's go to some free-bet pots next.
Sure. Sounds good. Shadowmanic says we had the... Yeah,
Shadowmanic.
Always on the ball.
Okay, 5 checks, nothing else. Let's see.
Checks to answer. Let's reward that. All right, so let's go to a different spot then.
Yeah. So we can raffle away whoever should pick the next spot. Or we can just pick it ourselves.
Yeah, no, let's do that, and that way I can also learn how to set up the spot that people want, and
Yeah, so bringing the control panel to the screen, and then we can just start the raffle.
All right. So. Start the smart. So the raffle, as you heard, is now the winner of the raffle can determine the next spot we're gonna look at.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the Ace King 9 before, but yeah, I mean we have still enough spots too.
Yeah, Shadowmanic pointing it out.
So let's get in some variety.
Right. Don't be me. Don't be me. Don't be me.
All right, let's see. So the more correct answers, the higher the chances are that we win.
Who knew, Shadowmaniac? Who knew it would be you?
Yeah, of course. Of course. All right, so Shadowmaniac, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, mate. Yeah, that's good practice for me. That way I know how to set up a spot.
Yeah, now you try it, exactly.
Oh, I still need to learn it. So I very much require your assistance, I think, still.
Okay.
Leading in single race pots. Okay. So let's see. We go to learn. I think that was easier.
I mean, yeah, if we already set up one spot, we can stay in the practice.
Okay.
So I would stay in the practice now.
Okay, so then it would be a single raised pot. We are in that. And leading, that means we would be out of position.
And no, we have to take a look at the preflop aggressor here. So the preflop aggressor would be in position.
Good point. Yeah, it says right there, PFA, preflop aggressor. And then positions.
So unchecked out of position.
Oh,
because now we have both. So now it would just randomly.
Right. Then we go with flop and we bet, right?
We have to change the positions. Like we have there are tight positions, loose positions, and blinds. At the moment, we only have blinds selected, which is not possible because we said that the preflop aggressor should be in position in a single raised pot. So this would not be possible if we would choose blinds.
Good point.
Exactly.
We take the blinds out.
And yeah, suits, we can also use single suited boards. So yeah, we can really pick everything we want. And non-ace high board is the last thing.
Right.
It's not the last thing, actually.
Hang on, I'm just noticing in the quiz bot, I guess I can just go like this again, right? And go back to that address. Because right now I can't get back
just refresh.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we still need to set up the action.
Oh god.
Because at the moment we said we want to bet and call.
I did flop. No, wait. Okay, you tell me how to do it.
Yeah, we need no action because we want to lead, so we are first to act. So the flop action is none. Exactly. And now we have something new. Shadowmaniac wants non-ace high boards.
Okay, so we take away the ace up here, I would assume.
Perfect.
All right.
Now we should be good.
Just to understand, the action is none because we are in. Are we in position in this one?
No, we want to lead. Like Shadowmaniac wanted to practice leading.
So we're out
so
of
there
position.
is no action yet because we are the first one to act.
And why? Like instinctively, I would choose bet because we're the first one to bet. Why is that wrong?
That would be versus a lead now. If you say the action is bet, then you say that out of position or the first player should bet. The first action should be bet.
I see. Okay, I see.
But there is no action yet because we have to choose between checking or leading.
All right, cool. Actions none of the flops. It was a Shadowmaniac say if you press check, that means that. Okay, he's reaffirming, but he knows this program is almost as good as you do, doesn't he?
Of course. I mean, he is using it for since the beginning, which is quite a while.
All right. So generate now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So, wait, haven't we excluded the ace high boards?
I believe we have. Yeah. Well, yeah, right. High card.
That's interesting. I'm not sure why this is now or not. Okay, can be generated again.
Maybe apply first? Maybe that
No. Apply means that you apply the current board to the situation.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's go with this.
Okay. All right. So start the vote, although this should be rather straightforward, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too.
The in-position player, if we check, is going to bet 50%, right? Or should bet?
75%, I think.
Right, the out-of-position player would... No, okay. So both of them bet 75?
Yeah.
All right. How did you come to that assumption?
Just I have like a sample of 50 or 40 boards, and I run it with all different bet sizes and take a look at EVs and take a look at population tendencies and see what is the preferred sizing or sizings. And yeah, so empirical research pretty much.
All right, cool. I'm just realizing this is completely unscripted. I'm glad so far I didn't ask any questions where I look like, So perfect. I mean, you know your stuff.
Wonderful. Yeah, sure. I mean,
so we're gonna go with the check. Yeah, that's correct.
So only 11% leading on this board. I mean, it favors under the gun a lot. So
yeah.
And let's go with new spots.
New spot, right? Which is going to create a new one according to the parameters we have set.
Exactly.
So the pre-flop action is always that we opened, right? Or did we?
You see the pre-flop aggressor is under the gun, and we in the big blind. And on the top, you can also see 100 big blind single raise pot under the gun versus big blind.
I'm in the big blind. Yeah.
Raised, and we are now deciding whether we want to lead or not.
Now it all makes sense. All right. So let's start up the poll again.
Yeah. Do you think we have a leading range here?
And on this board, that's interesting. Maybe the ace high wrap where we're blocking aces. Like an ace 4-5 type of deal, ace 4-5-6 maybe.
Yeah, I don't think really, because free use is very low, and even for the big blind range, it's not too relevant. So I don't think we have a leading range here. Maybe very, very few. Top gutters. Shadowmaniac says.
Gutters.
All right. I mean, let's see. 6 checks versus nothing else. Yeah, 9%.
Do have a tiny leading range. Can we figure out what that leading range would be?
I mean, Shadowmaniac said he would lead top gutters here, so for the most part. So you could, I mean, there are several ways to figure out. I'm currently working on the better one. All
right.
But we can, for example, do it by guessing. So if Shadowmanic says we want to lead the top gutters here, we could just check it. So we can go into this text field and search for 465.
That's cool.
So you could.
So 5, 6, and then nothing else?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could also go to the caret on the right side of the search field, and open up advanced filters. So now you could exclude, for example, the 4, so that we only have the gut shots. And now press enter again. And we can see 15%. So some of those. And Shadowmanic suggested another option. Just make an empty search and then sort it by the frequency and then take a look at the hands. So there are several options that we can do. Now you have still the 4 in the exclude filter. So this would be all hands without the 4.
All right, cool.
So there are several ways you can do it.
That's very neat. So now we could click on here and see what hands of this category aces would lead out here. Very cool.
Yeah. So So I mean, we could switch to loose positions on the left, because I think in button versus under the gun there's not that much leading as in big blind versus button.
Okay.
So we could
take out tight here
loose
and go on generate again, right?
To loose, you have to select loose.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, now we generate. Okay, maybe let's find some more interesting ones. Let's generate until we find like something that looks interesting. Yeah, this is already looking.
10, 6,
okay. I think this is a fun one.
So button opened, we're in a big blind. We have 10, we have the 6, which is sort of relevant. We have a heart, it's very nice. Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have to be pickier and need an 8 or a 9. So I think I would still check.
Yeah, me too. Did I open up the vote? Yeah, I did.
Also, do you think if the board was suited, would we lead more than if it is rainbow?
I think the solver does play a little bit more aggressive. Me personally, I'm still in a thinking pattern where I would check it more, because I always think to myself, man, now I really hate to get raised.
Yeah, I think the suited ones will get. Let's see.
But I believe from previous study sessions that the solver does favor betting a little bit more, especially if you're a double suited, if you have the backdoor flush draw as well.
Let's take a look at this. So first, check was the wanted answer.
Okay,
so 16% leading on this board. So we could go to the overview and we could search for the 10. So you can just filter on the top in the search and search for 10.
Put a 10 in here.
So now we have all the 10 high boards, and we can see that, it looks like the rainbow bonds are leading a bit more.
On the rainbow bond. Oh, yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
16% here, and here it was 22. That's a lot. That's almost twice as
much. And Shadowmanic says also what I was thinking, that, I mean, the person with the tighter range usually has more double suited ones. I mean, it's not always correct, but usually the preferred aggressor is the one that likes the suited boards a bit more.
Yeah, and he could have us in, if he does, he has us in horrible shape, especially if he has a strong hand, if he has an overpair, kings or aces with the flush.
I mean, pretty much the only exception are forward pots, because on forward pots you have a lot of aces and you don't really mind whether they are single suited or double suited or rainbow. Yeah. And the free better mostly has double suited hands, so in forward pots, I think the suited boards favor the free better more than the four better. But that's, I think, the only exception.
All right, cool. New spot it would be, right? Then we generate a completely new hand. A completely new spot.
New spot would be a new board. So
Right.
I think that's totally fine. Yeah.
Cool. Check the 9. Let's maybe go with something else.
Yeah, I mean, we can take a look on the right in the overview and take a look what are the best boards to lead, and we can see it here on the top. So we see all the rainbow boards again.
Yeah.
So this is true. So we can go with the check 8-6, exactly.
Okay, so we just click on it, and then I see.
Yeah, so now we can go for some hands here.
Okay.
So yeah, 2-vector flush draws. It doesn't seem like we are...
Yeah, so...
I just wanted to say, it looks like we aren't able to check call. Is it true? I think so, right? So that would be an argument for leading, not being able to check call.
It would be an argument for leading, yeah. You know what? You might be right. I went for the check, but you might be right.
Yeah, the peer pressure is always strong also in these quizzes. You don't want to be the only one usually, but you would get double points. So
that's a good point, yeah. That's actually two good points.
Check is yeah, we can see it's getting close here with this hand, with the 2-vector flush draws.
Yeah.
So definitely a good candidate in theory. And again, yeah, the rainbow boards, Moncasova likes to mix a lot here randomly, or in a way that's I don't understand.
Yeah, that's not it's solver voodoo, not discernible, not knowable for us, mere mortals.
All
right, cool. So let me reward this.
So we
checked.
Just out of curiosity, can we continue and see whether we are calling against the bet?
Yeah, let's do that. Opponent's play, he bets.
Exactly.
And now it's up to us. Fold, call, raise.
I mean, this would be a very crazy bluff raise, and I don't think it will happen ever.
I just thought about that too.
Because for raising, I think we either need to block like the top pair or the important straight cards. So, question is, are the 2-vector flush draws good enough to call?
Hellkit saying, enjoying the stream. Curious, is there a free trial to test Visions out? Yes, join the Visions Discord server, and there you'll be. What does one need to do once you're on the Discord server to get a free trial?
At best, he should whisper or direct message one of the Run It Once stuff, because they are the ones responsible for a trial. Second option is always to just direct message me, and I will then forward it to the Run It Once stuff.
There you have it. Pac-Man, did I ship the MTT yesterday? Yes, I did, sir.
Oh, you did.
It was glorious. A Hyper 750 bounty, and I took it down for $286. 3 times first place money. Great. It was awesome.
That's great.
That was a lot of fun. I made a highlight reel. It's on my Twitch page, and it'll also appear on YouTube tomorrow.
Hey, that's great news.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
So we have 4 folds or 2 calls, so now I'm interested.
We actually have calls, yeah, curious.
Nope.
Fold is the correct answer. We have a bunch of calling stuff here. We mostly fold, and then...
Yeah, so now I would press the reload because we still want to practice the leading on the check 8-6.
All right. Let me just reward
the correct button.
Okay, yeah, it's good of you to point
out.
Yeah,
you just have to get a hang of it a little bit. Oh, this one looks now...
Now here...
Leadable?
It is leadable. It's also check raisable.
I think all options are pretty reasonable here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open up the voting.
Yes, let's do. You know what? I think I would. Oh, no, that's the wrong vote. Excuse me. Yeah. Somebody pointing it out. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice.
Let's do this then. Thank you, Flares. Yeah, I'm going to go with the bet here. And my reasoning would be, we sort of block the betting range quite a bit. Of course, we don't have the jack, but, we're up against the button, who is going to have a lot of rundowns himself.
Okay.
At least, more than the earlier positions, I would think. And so maybe he's less likely to bet now.
Yeah, also having the 8 blocker. And I don't think we are quite strong enough to check raise. I mean, maybe we are, but if it gets in, we are not that much ahead. So I think we would like to have the bigger rep. But I'm not quite sure. But we have a 7 versus 0 ratio here in the chat. So that's quite convincing. Let's see.
Bet is the correct answer, but let's follow this one up. Here's where this goes. Reward is bet. All right.
Pretty mixed.
And let's continue. And let's say we do get raised.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
And what do we do now? Now it's fold call pot. All right, start the betting.
And yeah, both options are great. But if we have such a high leading frequency candidate, I think we should also use it, yeah.
Raising. I think either way is fine.
Yeah, my first intuition was to call, but then I thought like, I mean, we are not very happy on a lot of turns. There are no really dangerous turns. Maybe the check, but then we have an 8, so we might make incorrect folds if we plan on folding.
Right.
But then I saw Shadow Maniac raise. Yeah, immediately convinced.
We always watch what the Shadow Maniac does.
All right, let's take a look at.
Okay, let's
the correct answer.
And that is nicely correct.
Wow, yeah, convincingly.
Very cool. Spoiler: we don't lay it down if we get re-raised.
By the way, you can shut down the advanced filters. Again, the caret on the right side of the search box. Yeah, then we have a little bit cleaner.
See, I never knew that. That's called the caret. Cool.
Yeah.
So to get to train the spot a little bit more, we go to reload again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. 7-6. I'll start voting. This time with the correct option. And on the side, I'll open up the Run It Once channel so we know when they're live, then we can pop over.
Yep.
I would say. I know they're live already, but they're not playing yet. Yeah, it'll be a while longer.
We should take a look at the leaderboard, by the way, after this one.
Yeah, please show me how to do that.
Yeah, let's just wait for this one, and then I'll show you.
I would guess it's just the leaderboard button there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know stuff. Feels good.
All right, 8-0.
Everybody checking.
Seems to be an easy one. I agree.
Yeah.
I think there's too much.
Do we call versus a bet here with the back? I think.
I don't see it. I mean, we can always check it, but I don't think.
Yeah, you're probably right. So opponents play, and we could now do this.
Yeah, just fold. I think it's not interesting to.
Yeah. You're right. It's a little bit too nasty of a board. The bottom pair and the backdoor flush draw here.
All right, but let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Right, let's do that.
I'm interested, but I think we had some very high scores at the moment.
What?
Yeah, all very strong. Where's NutRaisin? I don't. Now you're in the lead.
You need to look up, man. You need to
look up. I usually start at Shadow Maniac and then look downward.
But Tonic pointing out very accurately that he's the only one that's in for 100%.
Oh, that's true.
Which is an excellent point.
I mean, we can switch over the difficulty. Yeah, let's go to a 3-bet pot eventually now, I think.
All right, let's do that.
So I would suggest a 3-bet pot out of position is always very funny.
We take out Stingray's pot here. We go out of position, take in position out.
Perfect. And the rest is already fine.
And we are still trying to figure out when we can lead in a 3-bet pot, right?
C-betting this would be because now we are out of position.
Right. We are the 3-better. The other guy raised first in. We are out of position with 3-bet. He calls. Cool. Now we're C-betting, not leading. Excellent. Generate.
Okay, let's go. So now we have 2 options. two bet size options. It's always
Oh.
important to have two sizings if the SPR gets lower for a significant EV increase. But also, of course, it will also get difficult or more difficult to figure out our strategy.
I do have a follow-up question about that after this quiz.
Okay.
If you
Have
don't
you started?
Mind. No. No, I did. So it's check small pot. Yes, okay. Sonny Poker, hey, welcome back to the channel. Very special stream today. Happy to have Visions creator and the mind behind it, Rulers Poker, joining me today. Oh, no worries. It'll show up on YouTube in the next days. Always needs at least.
Go with the check here.
Yeah, I think I need to get my ward in there quickly.
Well, I guess I'm the only one. Oh, you're joining me now. That's nice. That's friendly.
I'm not going anywhere if he now bets. If he pots, life sucks, man.
Yeah, I think we are just check calling. All right. Oh, now we have some diversity.
But the NutRaisin bot is the check is in the lead apparently. So let's go with the check. And that seems correct.
Yeah, very nice. So I guess just check calling. Yeah, we can just go to a new hand.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, if we check here and we get potted into, do we still call with the open ender? I mean, the pot is quite large already.
I don't think so.
But yeah, just the open ender seems a bit thin. Pair and open ender, we're
maybe
not going
the active flush draw is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too sure.
Cool. So it would be new hand.
New hand.
Then we're gonna stay on the exact same spot. Okay, cool.
All right.
This is neat, man.
Flush draws. I think I go with a small here. Because we have two backdoor flush draws and the straight blockers, we can bet some turn cards, but of course the 7s are not the best blockers here. The 9 would be great.
Yeah, 9 would be
6
great.
is also not the best pair blocker.
Yeah.
But can we check call? I guess no.
Yeah, that's a good point. That might just sway it. Shadow Maniac joining you, also betting. And the checks have it once again. Someone is potting. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, wait. I rewarded before I clicked the wrong check button. let's hope check is correct. Okay, so everybody got the wrong points for this one.
Wow, that's potting, actually.
What? Are you kidding? So, you would have gotten double points. So, I could go into the database and adjust this. Yeah,
just give, I would say that give Tonic 3 points.
Yeah, Tonic it was, right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
He deserves double points and we don't deserve one, so let's just give it 3.
Yeah. Where do I do this? What was the address for that one?
It was in the PHP, my admin file, or website.
Oh, right. It was the how did the link start?
Localhost.
Oh, local. Yeah, right. Host PHP. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
So yeah, then you can search for Tonic and give him 3 points.
Yep.
Insane. Good job, man.
Yeah, very good job, man.
I was thinking half betting doesn't give us the full equity we want. So this is a very nice one to have in our portfolio range. And I would really also like to continue this one. I mean, there are interesting turn cards where we improve maybe a little bit, but just not quite enough.
I just double click on his points, put the correct points in there, and then I just that's exactly it, right? I don't need to save it or anything.
No, just press enter.
All right, cool.
So now we could continue because I think there are some interesting turn cards. I mean, you can pick one, or we can let Jack pick one.
Yeah. Okay. My best man, Bear, thank you very much for the follow. If you like this, make sure also to follow Rulers Poker, who does the very same thing on his channel. And
my best man, I know you, of course.
Oh, right.
We know each other.
Okay, so let's continue here.
Yeah.
There would be the pot, and let's not make it too hard. Let's say this guy calls.
Yeah.
Because if he pots, we fold, right?
Of course, yeah. So calling is definitely harder.
Yeah. And there's also Scott, Munro, Yek, and Tonic following. Thank you, guys.
So I think this is not a too interesting card. I think we are just giving up.
Yeah.
So we can click on the king and switch it up. What is an interesting one? Maybe improve to a flush draw or improve to a straight draw. I think both are interesting.
Yeah, something like the 5 of hearts is probably, I guess the 9 of hearts is way harder. But
the 9 of hearts is a hard one. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Let's pick this one.
Okay. I mean, we now do have the open and straight flush draw.
Oh, that's true. So that's actually very strong for us.
Yeah.
So maybe another one.
Yeah. The 4 of hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. Great minds, man. Great minds.
Okay. Let's see.
So, Tonic asking, how am I not following already? Thank you very much for rectifying that.
Okay, so we have 3 options again.
So now it's check, small, and pot. So it's that same option here.
Okay, so good luck.
So we have less than a pot size bet left, which is...
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? With all those 7s... Is betting small really? Apparently there's an option. That is really surprising to me.
Yeah, I'm very unsure. And that's a very tricky thing. I mean, imagine you figure out this hand as a correct pot size bet, and then you have still so much room of mistake on the turn. So
yeah.
It's important that you know your follow-up as well if you know the flop line. So.
Right.
Yeah, we get 6 pots versus 3 checks. Okay.
Nobody betting small.
Yeah. Maybe small is correct.
Maybe small. Yeah, small does have something for it, I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of seems cool. Okay, the results are in. Okay, most people want to pot. Let's check this out. Tonic, I'm lagging behind a bunch. I don't know why it is. Sorry to hear it. I don't know why.
Maybe refresh the stream.
Yeah, maybe refresh the stream. Yeah, or go down to 720p instead of 10 and 1080. Okay, let's click the pot button. Pot is the correct answer.
Nice. So we can see our range pots 86% on this turn after potting the flop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty much a blank, I guess, because it's not really affecting the calling range in position in a way that's bad for us. So we could take a look at the overview and figure out what are the worst. So you can click on the green bar, on the 17% bar, and this will sort it by the checking.
That's nice.
So yeah, we already thought about the 9 as being an interesting card.
Also, that now represents the card that comes on a turn. So what turn cards do we check on? I see.
Exactly, yeah. So the 9 might actually be interesting to take a look now. Yeah, maybe we take this one and do just one more.
So did I do it wrong? I clicked on a 9. Now I put the 9
Perfect.
Here? Okay,
no,
perfect.
We already...
So the option is again to check small or pot, it would be. Let's start the voting.
So, because this time we don't have a flush draw, and this time we know that this is a card we check a lot.
Scott Munro reacts on all these reviews on YouTube. Yeah, I put them on my YouTube channel, and there's a playlist there. Yeah, you'll find it there.
All right, the voting already started, and it's very difficult.
It is difficult, yeah. Maybe I should.
Because if we check, can we give up?
I guess, yeah. I guess so. I think I'm gonna go with the check and give up here after.
Oh, now we're getting in the smalls. That's also interesting. Again, thinking about these.
I mean, yeah, it does at least. We don't want to pot it, right? We're never potting it. But the small one does give us a chance to take it down.
Yeah, actually, yeah. 7 checks versus 3 smalls. Okay.
And at runtime on the tables, it looks super strong. Like nobody's betting as a bluff here for the 25%, or not many people.
Yeah.
Given the action leading up.
It's an interesting possibility for sure.
So the majority did vote check, so let's click that. And the answer is small. The smalls have it. Well done, guys. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice, very nice.
That was fun to see. Shadow Maning, of course, among the winners.
So on the right side, you can see that it says check, but if we would go into the subcategories to our hand, we would find that it's wow, that's pretty lucky, I have to say, for the ones who voted small, because it's the only one.
Yep.
But yeah, okay.
Very, very nice. So now it would be new hand.
We can go to new spots.
New spot, yeah.
Yeah, let's make a new board. All right. Let's go.
Okay, that's interesting. So now the options would be half pot. We check small pot again, right?
Yeah, that's always the same.
Yeah. I always try not to look at the chat and like try to figure out what would I do if I was sitting at the table right now.
Yeah.
And I'm a simple man. I have a pair of aces. I pop.
Yeah, I mean the 10 is very relevant. The 8 is I don't think that it's too relevant here.
I think once we have the aces with the 10, we're happy to have the 8, but it doesn't make a difference, right? Could be a deuce and it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, I mean we can, after the answer, we can take a look at side cards. Like what is the difference between an 8 and
let's
9 and a 7.
So the pots have it. One person's betting half pot, which is maybe also a thing. Pot is the correct answer, however.
Yeah, okay, very convincingly.
So how do we check the
just in the search box top right, I replaced the 8 with a 9, but yeah, it looks very convincingly.
All right, yeah. The deuce. So something that has no relevance, or very, has, I guess, some backdoor relevance, but not.
We can see that it's still pretty much only potting.
Yeah.
So doesn't. Okay.
The 4 is interesting. So there we start.
Yeah, but it's still. I wouldn't say it's enough.
Yeah.
The 6, of course, is a relevant one because now we have 2 pair.
But we don't block. Well, I guess we do block straights with the ace, and we can still continue to bluff if you like sort of semi-bluff, I guess, if a king or a queen rolls off.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Honestly, I would still pot this, but I kind of see.
Yeah, my first intuition would have been so too, but
right, like screw the side card.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So new spot then.
I mean, we could, for example, also continue and take a look at a bad turn for us, like a king or a queen. I mean, we improve on these cards, but
let's do exactly that.
A king, yeah. So
let's do exactly that, and then we'll head over to the Round Ones channel where the challenge is right now kicking off.
Oh, awesome. Nice. Okay.
So continue is the thing. And this guy just calls.
Yep.
And then we change the queen. The queen is also, it's pretty close, but let's...
Yeah, but it gives us a double gut shot, so it's less scary.
True.
So now the 8 becomes relevant. We can see it now.
Right. Let's take a rainbow. Let's take a rainbow king. Which one would be rainbow blue?
Also, a heart or a club is kind of interesting. I mean, pretty much all of them. Also, if we improve the flush draw, it might change. But yeah.
True. All right. So check small pot would be the options.
Yeah, that's a bad card.
That is a bad card.
But not necessarily for our range.
That's true, and definitely not for our range. We have the excellent blockers, which doesn't matter that much in a pot sized, in a SPR less than 1.
I mean, I think we could still go with a small and then fold.
The small would be funky. I'm going small because everybody's going small, and because it sounds interesting. I don't think I would have done this at runtime.
I'm thinking about our options.
Didn't even get my vote in because I was hemming and hawing. I was thinking too long. All right. The smalls have it by a wide margin here. Wrong answer. Let's check.
Nope.
And do we, I do want to know this. Do we check fold? Okay, so, so he bets small. Well, against small, we never fold.
Don't say that.
All right, then we'll put it to the vote for the last vote of today.
Okay.
So it would be fold, call, raise. Right on. I might not have awarded points for the last one. I apologize. I'll get the workflow down.
So yeah, imposition, by the way, goes for the line that he that he prefers. So it seems like out of imposition is gonna prefer small bet sizing here, most likely.
Hmm.
No, we free bet preflop, big buck.
Yeah.
And yeah, the voting is started. So
all right,
be fast. Hurry up.
Right. Thank you. Oh, it's a slowpoke. Off the bar, by the way. Thank you very much for modding it up in the chat. You've been a huge help. Very much appreciated.
So we were the free better, and we were betting the flop. We were potting the flop, in fact.
So we have more folds than calls for the small bets.
Yeah, I also went for the fold.
All right, I went with the call. Fold is the correct answer. There you have it. Let's reward this. At least I clicked some buttons correctly.
So yeah, let's take a look at the final leaderboard. Who takes away today's stream?
Somehow it must be rigged. Ooh, I'm still up there. But I do have, well, all of us have a wrong point from the one where
but yeah, as you say, we all have it.
Yeah.
So we both won over Shadow Maniac. I mean,
wow.
What a day. What a day is this?
Dear diary, today.
Yeah.
So, Rule of Poker, this has been an immense pleasure joining you and joining the channel and explaining what the things we can do in Visions. Thank you very much for taking the time, also for taking the time earlier to help me set this up and set up the bot too, the awesome voting bot.
Yeah, sure.
Hugely appreciated.
So, sorry, there's one question in chat, and I just want to answer that. When are the rivers coming? And I have to tell you that we have at the moment a full-time developer on it. So we don't know yet about the estimated time assumption, but we of course try our best because it's a very frequent request that we get, and therefore we take some measurements.
All right, so it's in the works and they will come, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Tonic saying next time I'll be here in time. Sounds good to me, man. Looking forward to it. Better question, what are they working on next? Well, right now they're they're working on the rivers, apparently. Shadow Maniac. Thank you for your question. No, but I don't want to answer for you.
No, the next big thing will be forward pots because we don't have them yet, and especially the paired ones, straight ones, monotone boards, very tricky. And that's the focus at the moment.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Inside information here on the streamer.
There you have it, the scoop. Tonic, thank you very much for saying that. I'll put in the rate comment already. We have a few seconds before it becomes mandatory, I guess. If you don't, follow Rulers Poker, who, if you haven't heard it by now, is the guy who gave us Visions. So he knows all about it. If anyone does, then he does. And he does the very same streams on his channel, which is linked in the chat right now. Yeah, so make sure to follow him as well. And maybe you can compete against the Shadow Maniac on your channel.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for having me here. And enjoy the girlfriend challenge now.
Thank you. You too, in case you're watching. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. I'll probably be back with a nightly stream later tonight. I'm not entirely sure. I'm operating on 4 hours of sleep. I might take the night off. Not sure yet. All right. Until then. Thanks for watching, everyone. And thanks again, Rulers.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.